I endured line integrals, quadratic approximations, and even a surface integral of a donut, all to finally get to say to you that multivariable calculus is done. Booyah. If you're new, these videos are specifically made to track the progress going from 7th grade math all the way through linear algebra using Khan Academy so that theoretically anyone, regardless of their current math skills, can have a realistic time frame and framework to get ready to take on MIT computer science content. So with that being said, from November 7th to November 28th, I clocked a total of 94.83 hours of math, which comes out to roughly 259 minutes per day. And in that time frame, I completed multivariable calculus, which puts me this far in my total math journey. Now, multivariable calculus was a bit of a beast, and that's because of a time expectation and the actual content. Now, if we look at how long multivariable calculus took me to go through, it's pretty similar to both of the other calc classes. However, if you look at the actual points associated with each of the classes, multivariable calculus has less than half of both of those. So in my mind, I thought I was gonna get through it in less than half the time, but it ended up taking almost as long as the other two classes. And that's because the content is dense. Now, I had a pretty firm grasp of Calc 1 and 2 stuff coming into this. I felt pretty strong about those things. Multivariable calculus, if you're wondering what it is, because I did, it's going to stretch those ideas for you. Essentially, Calc 1 and 2 talk about single variable functions. So you plug in an x and you get a y out, and you can map that in a two-dimensional space. And that's just what you're used to from all the math prior, plotting it in two-dimensional space. Multivariable calculus expands on this because now with a multivariable functions, you can plug in a ton of different inputs and you get outputs in higher dimensional space. A good example of this is to just think of a three-dimensional graph, although you can extend it to more dimensions than that. Now the calculus bit comes in play when you start to take these three-dimensional or multi-dimensional functions and then you take a derivative and integral on top of that. That's what multivariable calculus is. And there's more to it obviously, but Khan Academy will do a good job of applying this to physics, and they also apply it to some computer science stuff. They talk about how this type of math can apply to machine learning and function optimization. All in all though, this is a dense subject and it took me longer than I thought to go through. And to be honest, my understanding of it, I think that even though I have 100% for the class and I went through all the content and did as best as I could, there's still a lot to learn from it. And there's a space, I believe, between you knowing how to get the right answer and you being able to fully explain and play with the math. So if I need to come back to it, I am more than willing to. Anyways, I'm on to linear algebra and differential equation stuff next. If you're interested, my Notion template on how I track everything is down in the description below. It will help you out if you're going to try this. And thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Onwards!